It's that time of the show again where WGRR visits us. Tony Michaels. Tony, welcome to the show. And this has been a fun thing for everybody to play because on Monday mornings, you get to interact with what we do on Sundays.
Exactly. You have a chance to win a couple of Dick Weber AMF Legacy C bowling balls, his and hers. And all you have to do is between 7 and 9 tomorrow, Chris and Janine are going to play a particular song. Once you hear that song, you call 749-1035 if you're the 5th caller, and you've got the correct score of this championship game, then you win the bowling balls.
Okay, all right. Correct score of the winning game.
That's correct.
5th caller.
That's right, too.
You've got to call after the song.
Baby Love by the Supremes will be the song tomorrow morning.
Okay, and you win these 2 puppies right here.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tony, very much. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, I know it has,
okay,
Dave.
Take care. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
What a nice guy, playing them accordion songs in the morning. Did you know he's the one that does that?
Well, I know he's
You
the one that
probably
does
knew
that.
that.
I just look at him and I start to laugh because he's such a fun guy. I mean, I've known Tony for years and years and years, and you ever get on one of those deals, you're with a buddy you feel comfortable with, and then you just look at each other and start laughing. I mean, he's in the entertainment business on WGRR, and he does a very good job, but I mean, he's just a fun guy to be with.
This is a really biggie match right here. Charlie Standish going against the king, Nick Vogelgesang. You can expect big things here. Plymouth Voyager on the line from Jeff Weiler for a 300 game. Well, anything can happen.
That's right. Our viewers would always, you know, the minute we start talking, sure, you're gonna jinx them. Well, the heck with that jinx stuff. We've got more talent on the lanes right now with these 2 gentlemen with the potential of throwing a 300 game. I'll be very happy to go out and say you're gonna see a great match.
2 frames, 2 strikes.
And a ball change on the left lane,
And a ball change on the left lane. Wow. Throwing 2 different bowling balls. At least I'm assuming that he's going to stick to the other one on the right-hand lane that he's already lined up with.
We will have to watch. And what's Nick going to do? Strike 2.
Wow.
4 for 4. These 2 guys are going to go at it more so than the money. More so than the car. And I know there's, you know, some people at home going, yeah, right. They want to win the game. True competitors, the money's nice, the car would be super, but first and foremost, they want to win.
And here's Charlie coming into a town where Nick Vogelgesang is God.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. He's the man. And his reputation as the gunslinger is on the line.
That's right. He's running them out. I'll tell you, we get some strings going here, and you're going to see some dancing in the streets.
You betcha. Here's the ball coming right into your living room. Nick Vogelgesang straps it out for what it's worth. It turns up 1 pin, head pin, over to the left wall, comes out, takes out the 4, the 5, and glances the 7.
Watch this.
Over action.
Yes.
Nick likes it. Kind of back at you kind of stuff,
These are
right?
a couple of vibrant guys right here.
He went around that ball big time. By going around the ball, what I mean is he flips his hand, thumb down, and goes around the side, kills the roll rather than up and through it. The ball doesn't hook off hard, and it does not finish well. He leaves the 2-5.
I expect no problems on this spare at all. Goes both pins with the ball. Perfect.
That's the way to do it.
Just down a little bit, but he's going to want to get this left lane with this new bowling ball figured out here right now. Trailing by 12. Really analyzing what he wants to do here before he ever steps up onto the approach.
It's a good shot of his position in the hand, getting it just right, and then away he goes. Yep.
Filling up the pocket. Charlie told us during the last commercial break that the left lane is really, really tight, and the ball is going extremely long. So he's opted for a ball that hooks a little bit more. He's going to try and get around that oil.
Nick is perfect so far. Let's see if he can do it again.
Solid 10. Well, Mr. Steve Haynes can put the keys in that car and Take that Voyager on back to Route 32.
Head on down the highway.
But you can still get one yourself.
Nick, 29, averaging 235. He is, of course, the king. 28th TV appearance, and that's about his 15th car he's missed, and about his second 10-pin he's missed.
Wow.
A complete lack of concentration on Nick's part, wouldn't you say, Jen?
It has to be, because I've seen Nick shoot thousands of 10-pins. Charlie's going to jump all over that. You can guarantee it.
That goes without saying. But can he recoup and come back with a strike? Yes, he does, as so often has been the case.
You get an open, you get a double. You have to get the pins back. It's hard not to look back and kick yourself, but just get a double and you'll pick up that open every time.
The Miller BPA scoreboard tells you the tale, and Nick's telling somebody else. I don't know what happened there. You know, right-hand lane. Let's see if Charlie can do it. Yep.
Great shot. Getting that head pin to go right on over to the left-hand side of the lane, taking out most of the pins over there.
The light shaker, let's take a look at it here. He trusts the ball. Nice, clean, good. Roll, stays down at the line. Head pin, center of your screen, goes to the left-hand side. Whirlybird's into the 4, then into the 7, and he's pointing. Go a little wider. Yes.
That took him up in the match right there.
11 pins up, going into the 6th frame. A lot of paper left.
Fantastic shot.
The Red Sea strike, as we call it so often. That's where the power just unloads as it hits the 1-3 pocket and separates the rack into 2 distinct halves. Nick needs this one. Nick gets it.
Dave, our current average on the TV show for the 190 and over is 216. Our 189 and under is 190.
Well, that tells us that both divisions are answering the call. Once we turn the cameras on and get rolling, the contestants are doing the job. So kudos to them.
These two guys are city tournament champions together on the same team. I didn't realize that. Charlie Standish, Sean Martin, Tony Menzel, Greg Lothian, and Nick just sewed up the city championship tournament.
Jennifer, the point we make about spare is so obvious. The next time we look at the scoreboard, when they flash it up, you'll see Nick Vogelgesang starting out with 3 strikes, leaves a 10-pin in a 4th frame, misses it, and then comes back with 3 more strikes. That's 11 pins he threw away.
That's it. He said flip up. Sounded like he got some rotation over the thumb hole there, David.
Yes. Well, that's why he was giving it a little verbal help. Take a look at the score sheet. Top of the Vogelgesang. Look at it. 1, 2, 3 strikes. A solid 10-pin. Miss. 3 more strikes. If he wouldn't have missed in the 4th frame, that score would be 11 pins higher than what it is, and he could be right in the match. As it is, Chris is the leader.
That's Charlie,
Charles.
Dave.
Charles, Chris. I'm talking about your brother still, you know?
Chris Winky is still with us. He's not left the building.
In spirit, anyway. Okay, Charlie, what do you think?
Boy, he has just made a great adjustment on that left-hand lane, and I'll tell you, that shows what caliber he is, because he was close before.
Absolutely. 11 pins to the good. Charlie Standish is up. All players are working with strikes. This is it. This is what it's all about. Nick, look at this. Look at this. Fantastic. He couldn't afford anything but strikes to stay in the match. And what does he do? He throws it with as much authority as he can possibly get. He brings it back. Now watch the 4-9. Second from the left-hand side. 9-pin right there. You see it? There you don't. He's not going to give up. Cross over and almost got away with it.
Yeah, he sure did.
Well, Jennifer, we've talked about this many, many times. We now have 2 quality players up there. 1 frame to go. What do you see happening?
I think Charlie's going to take control myself. I really do. I think Nick throwing that shot, going crossing over, that might mess with his head a little bit.
Great point. Some people would just accept it as a good break, take it and go. Again, right now, though, Charlie has the match in his hands. He has full control. If he strikes here, it's just about all she wrote for Nick Vogelgesang. 2 strikes, and it's bring out the barn
crown.
door. Yeah, bring out the barn door and close it.
Great shot. Just as we predicted. Now, I guess if he gets this first one in the 10th, that'll be about it.
Well, we're having our statisticians working it up right now. Walt Tarpley is whipping those numbers out. The calculator's got fumes coming out of it. Sandy, my wife out in the truck, is checking all of those numbers, so we'll have it for you in a minute. His job is to throw strikes, and he's accomplishing his job very, very well.
He's running it out 4 lanes.
Yep.
And our camera crew, you guys have done such a great job today getting interesting shots for people to see. We really appreciate it.
Well, it's officially over. That strike just cinched it up. No matter what Nick would do in the 10th frame, it would not be enough. Charlie can finish out this game with a flurry of strikes. The 4-pin's not going to cooperate this time, but he doesn't care. A win is a win.
We have a new king.
That's right. Well, these kings are
They're
dying off pretty quick. Yeah. And Nick just wanting to get it over with, knowing that it is done. Charlie finishes out with 267. And Nick, if he goes, that's his version of a slow motion shot.
Charlie had a 214 the first match, really bowling a nice clean match. But the key is he figured out that left lane, changed balls, and just started stringing them.
That's what it's all about. As a pro bowler, you've got to figure those things out. The King of TV is bringing you pro bowling right here in Cincinnati. Charlie Standish, a brilliant 267 game to defeat our king, Nick Vogelgesang, 235. Stay with us for the presentation. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
The Import Center at the Jeff
Each of the past 13 years paid out over $2.5 million to non-professional league bowlers. Thanksgiving weekend, the Super Hoinky, a 3-day single-game elimination tournament, entertains scratch bowlers and features a first prize of $100,000. Bowlers the world over have participated in the Hoinky Classic the past 51 years. For information, call 1-800-543-4010.
Week number 8 is in the bag, and we have some great bowling behind us. Many weeks of great bowling in front of us, but right now let's talk about what we just had the privy to look at. Jennifer?
You betcha. My brother, Chris Hoinky, shooting a 238 today. And I'll tell you, Chris, it's a lot harder to be behind there than it is out here on the lanes. I was really nervous for you, but looked like you were handling it okay.
Yeah, I tell you, I started off with a double, and that kind of made things easier, and then he missed a 7-pin, so things were a little bit calmer. I was nervous at the begin with, but once the match went on, things went all right.
You had a bunch of Green Bay Packers following that game right up, so you did great, and I'm really proud of you. And we got $500 for you. I know you can always use that.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And a really nice plaque. Eddie Sons, the host out here at Holly Lanes, is going to present the check for 500 big ones.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's great. That's great.
And then we have a new king here.
New king on the block, Charlie Standish, a new name in town, and what a great bowler you are. Welcome to Cincinnati.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the sponsors of this great show, Channel 9, Jeff Weiler, Auto Mall, the BPA, Greater Cincinnati BPA, and Miller Lite, and also Pepsi, which happens to be just I have to have one in the morning before I get up out of bed.
There you
Well,
go.
there's nothing wrong with that, but I tell you what, we've got, well, let me get rid of the hardware first.
Okay.
A nice plaque to hang on the wall and
Thank
a
you.
check in the amount of $600. Not too bad, huh?
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Was there any point here, Charlie, that you knew you had it? I mean,
Well,
Nick's miss there didn't hurt you, did it?
yeah, Nick's miss in the 4th frame of the King match was very important because it let me relax. He made a great shot, left a ring in 10. You know, then he whiffs it, and he said he dropped it, but, you know, and then it let me loosen up, and I got a big break in the 5th catching a wally. And then after that, I made some great shots, and carry was great for once.
267, you're going to be our king. Everybody's going to be looking at you next week. Let's see if you can match 267 again. You people, tune in, see if he can match 267 on the BPA King of Bowling, where we bring you these scores. Good night, everybody.